Okay, I'm just I'm gonna have to redo a few videos that I did. I did 4 videos last night on the moon on paper, and tried uploading them last night when I got done with them, and they weren't uploading. Tried uploading them again today to my Michael Oziak channel, and they still wouldn't upload. So eventually, I was gonna try to upload them to the Miguel Everyone channel, and then the SanDisk got corrupted, I guess. So when I reformatted the SanDisk, then of course it deletes the video. So kind of wasted a couple hours last night doing everything I'm about to try to do again right now. And I'm just going to start by just showing you what I'm doing for lights. I got red and blue bulbs, red and blue bulbs, red and blue bulbs. I can move them around different areas. I've got my little tracing table set up. I don't think I'm going to bother tracing anything today. I'm just going to try to do 2 20-minute videos of this, see if they even upload. If they don't upload to the Miguel Everyone channel, and I'm trying to work something out with Rick from the Dripping Sponge to take over the Michael Oziak channel, rename it, and then I can try to upload on the Miguel Everyone channel for the time being. It's only going to be a few weeks, and then nothing I'm going to be able to do anyway after that. So anyways, I've got the moon on the table here, and I also have a batch of moons. These are all different moon photographs I showed you in an earlier video. I don't know what I got here, maybe 15, 20 different moon photographs from all over the earth, from different agencies, a few of my own mixed in the bunch, and I just want to go through them all. I said a lot of stuff yesterday, backside of the moon, on a couple of these and stuff. What I wanted to mention was this one here. Rick did some research himself and investigated these moons. They're not calling them electromagnetic etching. I must have been thinking of a different one. I think I was thinking of, let's see where it is. This one might be electromagnetic etching, possibly the one. Rick, I'm not sure if Rick's out there. If I'm able to even upload these, I don't know what the fuck's going to happen. But anyways, Rick was interested in these, and these are a different type of art, right, Rick? It's not actually electromagnetic etching. But what got me is, who gets off deciding where the colors are going to go. So in other words, they're making up their own imagery using their own imaginations, their own influences. We don't need that. The moon actually has its own in there. So maybe I'll throw one of those on in the next 20 minutes too, if I get time. But I just want to show you, I just got my 5-gallon bucket with the lights. Very easy, simple stuff, with a moon laid out on the table. And I'm just going to bring us right up to the table with my camera. And of course I've got this great angle that I'm doing. I'm going to mess around with lights. I'm going to do some lights back and forth. Like for example, I'm going to take out this red light right now in my bucket. I'm going to get my camera right up to the board, and I can move the moon back and forth on my board as we look around at imagery. I don't know if I'm going to trace anything. I can try to point things out to you. I highly recommend everybody just do this for themselves. You can upload these moon photographs anywhere online. I'm just moving my light around in the background if you're wondering what I'm doing. Okay. Got my table on an angle, so I'm just going to move this moon all over the place in different angles and shit like that and bring you in. And like I'm doing here, I'll sometimes bend the paper. I don't point things out as much as I used to. I'm pulling the moon right off the table in some instances, like as I explained it to Rick. But it's filled with imagery, filled with imagery. I'm going to be choosing some new ones to trace. new ones, meaning the ones that I've never traced before. Just to do something different, that's all. Right now I'm just looking around in here. I'll stop moving the paper in a minute. Maybe bring my board back up a little bit. Oops. Okay. I'll add myself shadows sometimes, and when you see me putting my hand over here, I'm just giving myself a shadow. I just turned off the red bulb to my left. Just got blue and blue on the left of me, red and blue to the right of me. So Rick, this is an area you were looking at the other day and you were trying to make out. I mean, there's thousands of images in here. So, to make them out now, in an earlier video that I did, I was pointing out a lot of stuff over on this side as well that go with these two teeth right here. I'll maybe get into it again, but when you were showing was this here, and watch as we stay on it and we turn it. I mean, I can bring it in on it, right? So you can get this image if you want it. Eye, nose, and mouth, or eye, nose, and mouth. And then watch as we turn. Sometimes I notice too, in order to see things better, even for ourselves, I'm going to talk to Rick a little bit straight up sometimes, and other times I'll be talking to anybody watching the channel. But Rick's already on a lot of this stuff, so I just want to show him. Because you have another one looking off this way. You have the one that I was just showing you, You have another one with an eye in the mouth here of this larger one. It's image within image within image everywhere. What I was going to say is sometimes instead of turning like this and staying on it, I noticed that if I come out and then come back in to the same area, because people's eyes get locked on something. If your eyes are attracted to one image here and I start turning it, your head's going to start turning, and with it you're going to try to stay with it. And I'm trying to get you to understand there are thousands of images in here. So if I go right here, I let you grab that image that you were trying to look at the other day, and I can get it much more clear than what I'm getting it right now too. I'm just doing this. I'll keep working these areas. See, watch when I come right up to it like this at an angle. Now I'll bring the camera down to that, and I'll do that same thing. All right, and then you get more crisp and clear imagery, and the clarity will clear up for you. Right now I'm kind of far back a little bit back there, but anyways, matter of fact, maybe I will get back down in there. Hold on a second. I did that because I was, here we go. There we go. Try this. Okay, I just came to the other side. I'm just jumping around a little bit. And at times it's going to appear that I'm moving fast, but I'm really not moving that fast because now you can do this as well too, like I was showing you before, to come right up to the camera like this for all that deep down stuff with a light right up to it, Rick. And you're probably seeing a lot of this in those artwork ones, because those artwork ones, those are the real moon. I went through a lot of the imagery in there. Look at the imagery; it's unfucking believable. I went through a lot of those, and it is the real moon. It is the real moon. The imagery is the moon. The only thing is they put fucking color in it. Look at this shit, you guys. Look at this shit. This is the moon, people. This is, matter of fact, this is one of the NASA moon photos, by the way. I'm pretty sure this is the one because it was cut off right here. I couldn't get the whole fucking thing, so I'm pretty sure this is the NASA one. Either way, it's not mine. It's offline. So, you know, I mean, I'm seeing all the imagery real good. Now, there's no filter on my camera. I'm using my camera as a viewing device. I don't need to anymore. I see all this with my eyes now anyways, and I got a pretty good handle on where most of it is anyway. But look at this shit. Look at all the imagery, people. Crisp. See what I mean about the crisp, clear imagery, too? Is what I was trying to show you when I was making these videos last night. For Rick especially. Rick, you're going for the straight on stuff, and at that distance, you know, when you're straight on at that distance, yeah, even that distance is not bad with the right light behind it. Look, Rick. See what I'm saying? How much more of the imagery you'll get, how much more crisp and clear it'll end up. And then back to this close-up thing. So coming close up, look what you get. You know, for anybody that's has eyes to see. I mean, this is what you get over and over and over and over and over again. Something I wanted to mention that's rather important. Usually I try to mention this throughout. It's a glare from what, the camera? I don't know. We gotta watch out for that glare wherever it's coming from. One thing I want to mention is you guys are all looking at all this, okay? Throughout all my videos, for that matter, and the clouds, the ice, the trees, everything. Even the veil, if you can get your head around it. But the flowing water, the clouds, the hurricanes, the tornadoes, the lightning, especially the lightning, another one especially. Okay, I'm seeing it all real easy, so I'm moving fast. I mean, use your eyes, look around. You see how easy this is to set up my lights and shit. I'm already at 15 minutes. I'm going to end this video and try to upload it before I even do any more, because I don't want to waste my time again. I want to see if this SanDisk is still corrupt or not. So you see how I'm pulling the imagery out of here, people? You see what I'm doing here to get this? Rick, you too? You see how easy this is? And this little drawing board that I've got to lift it out of my hands. The board is only for tracing. But with the light behind it, I'm pulling it up like Rick was doing, but I'm only angling it. And look around in there. Use your eyes and look around. Use your phone as a viewing device like I'm doing here. And move slower for yourself so you can turn it back and forth, and you'll see images more clearly with the red and blue bulbs going off and on, and you'll move them to the right distance, and you'll say, holy shit, I can't, this is fucking too much. So anyway, what I wanted to say is the feline, canine, rodent, ape, human, and beast, over and over and over and over and over again throughout the entire system. Feline, canine, rodent, ape, human, and beast. And I had a street interview yesterday. Somebody that I'm actually going to put a camera in their hand, and I'll run those videos through. I'm not sure how I'm going to end up uploading these yet. I'm going to probably put everything on the Miguel Everyone channel, and then ask Rick to transfer them over to the Michael Oziak channel, or whatever we end up naming. I think it's going to be a Tripping Sponge 2. Just don't know how to go about all this. But anyways, back to what I'm saying. Feline, canine, rodent, ape, human, and beast throughout the entire system, over and over and over again, okay? So what I want people to remember is the ones that are clear. Let's start with that. Shadow imagery is shadow imagery. I can't confirm any shadow imagery. It's just me seeing what I want to see, because there's no detail in it. So that's why it goes in the category of me seeing what I want to see, and it's shadow imagery. It's not the crisp and clear shit with all the cut and every little design. So what I'm saying is that you're getting those when you come up close to the camera more so than unless you angle. If you're going to angle your moon, in other words, go to the Antarctic on my moon map model, and that's the way I say it anyways, but what you're doing really is you're putting the moon like this on at an angle and coming in at it and looking around, all right? But when you see this kind of detail like this over and over again, and it's the same every time, and as we put different moons through, you're going to see it's the same fucking imagery over and over and over again. The moon does not change. The imagery in the moon stays the same. That's why I compare it to stones and rocks. So I'm purposely coming down past my table a little. See, my table's up here. Where the fuck's my finger? My table's up here. I'm purposely bringing the moon down here because what I'm trying to show you here is the inner grain stuff. This seems to be the stuff that Rick wants more of too. And look at it all, and that's fine. Make sure you're separating it from imagery that might be in the paper. That's easy enough to do, because as you get to know the imagery, and what I'm talking about is, see all these little cuts, all these little lines everywhere. It looks just like our atmosphere. It looks the same as the veil, same as the clouds when you go in deep on them. Everything does the same thing, so that it's image within image within image. From the, got body imagery there? From the veil to the ground, it's image within image within image within image within image within image. And I'm in tight on this moon, so that's what I was going to say. See, I'm straight on, Rick, like you were doing the other day. You're going to get a lot more shadow imagery. Bring it in tighter, like this. See how I'm bringing it, and I'm still straight. I'm still straight. But you see how you're able to pick stuff out more? Look at all the imagery in there. face within face within face, looking over each other's faces, you know. Look how deep it goes, you know. It's fucking awesome, man. It is fucking awesome. So what I was going to say is you could separate, the same way you separate the pixels in the screen on the computer, you're going to be able to separate the nanocarbon in the paper from the nanocarbon in the moon that makes up these images. Because all these faces that you're seeing right here, you're going to see them again in the next moon that I show you, and the next moon that I show you, and the next moon I show you. So you're going to know that they're in the moon and not in the paper. You'll be able to separate them. All right, so I just wanted to show you that. And then, again, so now when I'm coming up close, I kind of want to stay a little, you know, you kind of have to stay straight unless you're going to go on the table and, like I said, pull it down like this. But you'll see what I'm saying about the angles. Oops, did I just shut my phone off? I don't know what the fuck I did. But anyways, you know, I can pull it off the table like this and come down for some of the stuff in the back, for looking at different things. Again, different angles. You're going to pick up different imagery. I don't want to point stuff out, but I'm giving you a whole bunch of stuff right there. And then when I back up a little bit, you'll see how it changes. See it? And then again, changing colors and messing around with colors like that is also going to change things up. And I can put some of that on there and change things up. And then I can do that and change things up. And then I can do this and change things up, you know, and look around in that same area. So every little change is changing our perspective of these lights and shadows. So what I was saying the other day about redoing the periodic table, after I get done and I'm thinking about all that, I found O's. It was so simple too. O's and Q's and stuff like that are just diamonds. If I have the right, if I'm going to give myself the right to change G's, which are very round looking, to these triangular G's, then why wouldn't I just change O's and zeros? I mean, that's my own human influence, wanting to back off from even doing that. So I'm catching myself, you know, my own human influence, catching myself. I'm just bringing you over here, looking at these. I'm already at 22 minutes, so I'm going to end it in a minute. Give it a couple more minutes. I'm just going to look at a couple of these with this particular light on it. And let you get in on them here. Because that's that same area. I'm working my way towards that girl holding her tail. See, I get her best. Somewhere around here, I think. Start getting her best. Could be with the reverse telescope best too. I don't know. Still looking into those things. All right, let's give myself a little more light under here. And maybe give myself some more light over here. I could probably go without this one. Let's see what that does for me. There we go. I fucking love it, man. It's fucking unbelievable. I'm just learning something totally fucking new about her. And I'm gonna be able to get her really good in a lot of different directions. Hold on. Wow. I'm just learned a whole bunch of new shit over here. I never knew this. Okay. Let me see. Okay, so yeah. Rick, this is what I mean about this, and then watching your own videos back and stuff like that. Because it's layer within layer within layer within layer, um, it'll take some. Yeah, this is fucking awesome. Yeah, see, those I know those. I know those well. Large ones. I'm letting my eyes wander a little bit now off of that, and I actually picked up some new, very interesting tidbits about this area. Let's see. Fucking amazing. Like watching a fucking movie. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. Image within fucking image. Look at the colors. This is a black and white fucking photograph of the moon, people. This is a black and white printout. Look at the different colors that are being added from me. Just from me, adding contrast with the blue and green bulbs around me. That's all I'm doing. And look at the kind of detail in the color that we're talking about here. On a black and white fucking photo of the moon. And you may not be seeing it at all, and I'm trying to get you as much as I can, as good as I can. But there's a lot going on in there. Okay, let me try to work her again. Let me see. I'll get her back up on the table and do something with her. Yeah, this is fucking very. Alright. See now, Rick, if, okay. I'll say something to Rick again. If anybody else catches on to any of this, by all means, join in with all this. But Rick, you see how the colors are being chosen? Even by the printer, I'm less offended by the printer deciding these colors and the computer deciding these colors than I am by a human deciding the colors. Like in that other piece of shit artwork, moon photographs. Any of them, whether it's the etching one, whether it's the magnetic paints, even the sand one I like. I like watching it with sand because, again, even with the human influence of someone running the sine waves through. I'll show you some of the ones that are new to me that I've never seen in this way. It just means that I didn't have this particular light behind them. It doesn't mean that it got added because it's going to be in every other fucking moon that I look at now that I'm seeing it. You know what I mean? So it's not like, and it's not a deep down one. That's why I'm kind of taken back by it. If it was one of these, watch. I'll show you. Okay. If it was one of these deep down ones, okay, then I could see myself missing it easy, you know, because I don't go for these a lot of times. I know they're in there, and I recommend other people go in there and get to know them. This is how you know there's no such thing as infinity. This is how you know, because when you go down deep, there is a limit. This is rememberable. Our programs will accept it. We'll be able to go down and remember these deep down images that are in the fucking moon, because that's what these are in the moon. These are not. See them all? You see them all? See any of them? Anybody? I hope so. I'm already at 30 minutes. This camera's gonna kick off. Now, what the fuck was I looking for now? Fuck, what was I looking at? Oh, yeah. Okay, so let me see if I can get the hands. It just might be a new body imagery to me is all. I'm just trying to get it now, so we'll see. Once I get my fingers and my hands and shit out of here, let me see. Yeah, it does look like it might be. This might be a hand and this might be a hand wrapped around by either this one or this one. There's two faces here, two images. They look ape-like. Let's go in on them a little bit. Now I'm tilting my paper in order to get that particular image with the hands going around, and I'm going backward a little bit so that the hands would be over the eyes of this other, whatever this is with the mouth open here. I'm trying to see what that is, so I have to put my stick down, and now you know what I'm going for. Watch. Let's just keep an eye on it. Ah, okay, so it still might be hands. Yeah. Okay, I'm not catching it right now, but for the first time of seeing them, it might end up being hands of one of those, I'm thinking, because those are the two faces up there that are matching in color with those hands. That's why I'm cropping you off right here. I'm kind of cropping you off because I don't want you to get confused with all these faces up here. There's a lot of imagery in here. Let's see. Yeah, so we're going to go back to that too and see if we found some more body imagery as we're looking around. So let's see if this video even uploads. I'll just say before I go that in order to crop and show you guys things, on the videos I did last night, I was doing a lot of it, and I'll bring it back some more. I just make these, and I used to make them out of circle shapes, and worked out fine with circles. And my other big one I used to use all the time would be this. You know, to go up to the computer screen. Let's say if I was going up to the computer screen and wanted to crop, or even if we were looking at this stuff, and let's say, you know, the camera's here and I don't want to take light out of my camera or whatever, I can put this up and bring you in on imagery and crop things and show you what I'm looking at, for example. Same way that I'm shading out my light with my hand, I would just kind of use this to bring myself in shade or whatever. Packed with fucking imagery. Okay, so I'll make more of these. I want to make like 15, 20 of these. I have all these different moons to go through. And I want to go through them all under the different color lights and trace a few things out. And I want to talk to Rick a little bit more about this. And these are those artwork moons. And I think, Rick, maybe this was the one that was etching then. Because this guy is not the same guy as this guy. This guy and this guy were two different, well, owners or whatever, two different patents. I was just pissed off that it was all patented. Because when you go down deep, and well, let's see, this thing's not ending quite yet, so let's look at it. Let me shut some lights off here. Alright, so I guess I'll do the same thing I was doing with him. So anyway, we can know that this is the right moon, but get all confused and fucked up. At least I did anyway. I got confused and fucked up because these colors are being added. And as I mentioned in those other few videos, when you start looking in on these, you're going to find that the imagery is all there, and this is the real moon. This is the moon imagery. I want to use it to show you what not to do, I guess. But, you know, by all means, go look at it so you'll see. And also, I found several very interesting things. I'll see if I can find them right now while I'm looking. If the video ends, I'll start a new one. I'll just do 2 videos. But I'm looking for something in particular. Hold on a minute. That was in this movie. I'm going around the outside. I mean, fucking imagery's banging in here. The only thing I would say, again, watch out for is, like, who's to decide? The artist is deciding. Let me find the blue area. It was the easiest way to just show this. Okay, all this area here that's blue, he's cutting out the imagery. I'll give you this example right here. Get my stick in there. Okay. All right. So I'm going to bring you in on this face right here, okay? So there's a face here that has an eye, a nose, a mouth, and here's the rest of its head, right? It goes down like this. There's a head here. Let me see if I can get them in a little more clear now that I pointed them out. Hold on. I'll get you a bunch of them, actually. Yeah, I'm going to change some light and get you a bunch of them. Another example. Here's another larger one with part of this being part of it. So he takes the tongue and the lower lip of this larger image, and then he takes the whole mouth area of this larger image. Eye, nose, human nose, no doubt about it. I know that the human nose is making up another image here. Eye, nose, mouth. I get it, the little image, gotcha. But now the big, large image that's in here, who gives him the fucking right to make this blue and leave all this discolored? You know, who's calling the shots on where the lines are? In other words, this makes up a lot of different shit, the colors that he put in himself. So remember I was telling you about the corset, the little girl with I was calling the corset, and I guess I was right, because Rick said, I think Rick was reading directly out of the information that he found. So I'm pretty sure when I was calling this a dog, because it does, I can get it in one direction where it's going to look very much like a Rottweiler dog, and her arm goes down and up and around. But I think that even the artist described that. So he's making his own decisions. In other words, them fucking things are not there. They're not part of the imagery then. That's like looking up and saying that you fucking seen Santa Claus and the 6 reindeer and a couple crosses. You know, you're just making shit up then if that's the case. I mean, I got enough people, like I said, in my life fucking doing that already. So this guy doing his artwork, when I first found this, really pissed me off. Some things he does let fly through, but I don't think he can help it. I mean, the moon is so packed with imagery, our entire system is. So you can't help it. I'm the one that says stay away from human influence. I'm the one that's saying look at the stuff to the sides, is what I was telling people back when I was doing this video. Go over here where he's got nothing done, right? Look at all the imagery over there. Go around slowly. Just go around and look where he's got no color out here. This is what I was telling Sylvie from a New Earth channel if she would have came to my videos. Look around in there, Sylvie. Look, you can actually clock the moon with these images. And you can also prove some things to yourself. No up, down, left, right, you know, none of that shit. And before this video ends, I just want to say what I was trying to say earlier. Look at it all. Look at it all. It's just fucking banging with imagery, okay, people? What I wanted to say before, whatever moon you're looking at, right? Think of all of the things that you know in your life, right? Everything. And when you're looking at this imagery, when it comes back to the feline, canine, rodent, ape, human, and beast, even they, with their fake-ass shit, putting their colors in, and there's a good one here, too. Watch how clear this gets, Rick, at this angle. Look. Watch what I can do to it. Watch again. As I turn it, look, Rick, the details. What angle? What I'm doing is I'm twisted like this, just so you see me. I'm like this with the paper. I got it bent so I can come in and show you this. But look at the details. This is not shadow imagery, Rick, right? That's beyond shadow imagery. So now I'm going to turn it again. I'm going to come in again on that blue area. So again, look at all the places when you look at that blue. Look at the faces that the blue's cutting through. Who's to decide? Who's this asshole to decide? He just does a shit job anyways, in my opinion. When you watch the lightning cut through fucking imagery, the lightning traces out the imagery. Why the lightning chooses the paths it does and some imagery is not cut through, I have no fucking idea, but at least I know it's not some human. Like this all is. And look at, you know, who's he to decide what colors are going to be used on all this, right? That's what gets me. Human influence. I'm just going around the circles. You see all the images, how clear you can get them. You know, but then again, like I said, you look over here. I'm just doing this blue area because it's the easiest one to be distinctive about. But see this image within image within image everywhere you go. But look at these images and then try to get your eyes on this one right here. You'll see how the blue runs only over the eyes of this image here. I mean, why would you not, even as a human being, if you saw all the imagery that I'm showing you guys, why would you not cut out whatever image your eyes seen? He's not seeing. In other words, okay, look at the image this way, right? I can show you this image, you can see it. I can show you this image, you can see it. So if you were the artist and you were trying to color in these images purposely, wouldn't you cut them off in these images, or wouldn't you carry it over? In other words, what's he carrying it over for? What's he carrying over the blue for in the case of these images right here that he's getting us in on? And it's still a human decision. Even if I like the decision, it's still a human decision. In other words, even if I like what he was going for, like I'm trying to come in on it now. So I guess he's got the last one in that row is that canine. And then he cuts the other ones right down the face of the large one. I'm going to crop them for you right there. The large one to the left. Yeah, people, you know of automobiles, a lot of human-made things. It's nowhere in the imagery. Not in the moon, not in the clouds, not in the ice, not in the snow, nowhere. It's feline, canine, rodent, ape, human, and beast. Think about all the creatures you know and the animals you know all over the earth. So don't bother anybody or myself, for especially. Maybe you can bother Rick with it. I just don't want to bother. Shadow imagery. Shadow imagery. If you recognize it and you're seeing the imagery, then fine, point it out, whatever. But it's only shadow imagery. See what I'm showing you guys here is more than shadow imagery. This is crisp, fucking clear. You can put this in your hand. You can spin it around and you go slow. Take your time. Try all the distances that I'm telling you about. See the shit you're going to see. And you're going to be holy fucker-me-do. And you're going to shit your pants at first. Don't worry about it. It's no big deal. It's our system. It's the way it works. Sure could use some help. So, look at it all, man. It's unbelievable. So these are fun to do. Keep in mind, as we're going through this, again, I'll start mentioning it in my videos, all the things you know of, where are they? And if you're going to tell me there's the, like one day I pointed out a GTO hood scoop. What I'm pointing out was a nose. It was some people write the funniest shit, man. I was pointing at the nose. So when I said look at the 67 GTO hood scoop, it was a feline nose is what I was pointing at. But that's where we get the ideas because it's in our subconscious. These shapes, all of these shapes are in our subconscious. So they're being used on us over the years as well. You know, at most, I would say some things. The other day, I did this street interview, and the dude is the guy that I'm going to probably put on a camera, and he mentioned, yeah, I know what you want me to do. I just point the camera up, and then if I see an angel, and I said, no, exactly not that. I said, I want to be objective. I said, don't even want to tell you what it is I'm looking for. I said, but if you can be objective like this, I said, if you see an angel, what does an angel really look like? He's like, what do you mean? I'm like, well, what does an angel look like? And when an angel's face, does an angel look like a kangaroo? Does it look like a car that you've seen sometime? What is it? What is an angel to you? He said, no, just like a person. And I'm showing you some banging imagery in here while I'm talking. Just like a person. And I said, right, like a human being. Yeah. Okay, perfect. And I'm going to do this whole interview with him again, and I'll show you what I'm talking about when the time comes. So I said, right, so if you see Santa Claus, don't say there's Santa Claus, just say I see a human, looks male. You know, that kind of objective. And that might even be too objective for me. I said, but I'm fine with that. I said, as long as you don't start naming off crazy shit, and then it's just going to piss me off. I said, I don't want to hear nothing that's religious shit. And he's like, oh, okay, yeah, no problem. So I think I'm going to get him. I think that was him calling me earlier, but I was doing other shit and I couldn't get the phone. I'm just showing you around in this one here. Again, who's he to decide these colors? So yes, all these images are part of the moon, no doubt about it. And yes, they do have them patented, because they're patented under all kinds of bullshit stories. All the imagery, the way I explained it in the earlier videos when I did them is, look at, they wouldn't be there if they weren't part of the patent, okay? So when you look at these moons that have been patented, go in deep on the fucking imagery and pull out some of that imagery like this, like I'm doing here for you, all over the place. Watch. Watch. I like doing that now. Watch. Watch. You know where I got that from? The South Park episode with the magician there. I love that fucking, that a character that they make him into. Watch. Watch. Anyways, so when you go in deep like this, see all there's not don't even have its own color and shit like that. Look at the fucking faces, man. Look at people. Okay. So why would you have all of this